Hi guys. It's been a minute. Can't remember the last time I was here. It's probably like over a week ago, but I wanted to come on and do a June recap while I still had the time, because I tend to let beginning of months get away from me. So this is what I've used in the month of June, and then I'll let you know, like, is it something I'm going to keep or something I'm going to let go, which is something I do every month. I just have too many notebook real estate that I'm trying to spread myself over, and so it just helps me to be cognizant of what I have, what I'm using, and what's not working, and moving things away and bringing new things in. And if you're a stationary hobbyist or a collector, then you know the life. So I first want to introduce this very old, very modeled traveler's notebook in blue. It's like the original one that came out, and I think that's why it's looking so dusty, honestly, is the only thing I can think of. It feels like suede. It doesn't feel like leather, which tactile is not my favorite, but I really am into blues this month, and so I wanted to use it. And so this is my ink journal, and I was inspired to do this because I have been collecting the Laban Greek gods and goddesses. Oh my goodness, there's a huge storm out there. I'm scared. Greek gods and goddesses ink. And the packaging is beautiful, as you can see. And they have like little poems. It's just like the cutest thing ever. And so I wanted to keep the packaging and show what the ink looks like. And I wanted a space that was big enough where I could do hand lettering, and I can do brushwork, and I can do swatch, and I could do writing, and I can do doodling. So I can really have an idea of what the ink can do. So I'm really happy with this, and I will continue with this for sure. I just finished getting the last of the inks that I needed to complete the collection, and I'm gonna swatch these soon. And I'm hoping that I could do like a video, because I've been wanting to do like ink videos, but these are the last. I think I'm missing just the orange, which I do have. It's just I left it downstairs. But this will be my next set of swatching, and then this collection is complete. And I'm on a no-buy because this blew out my stationery budget through to September. Just in time for planning season or planner season. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I might change out the cover, or if anybody has any suggestions, I have used leather cleaner on this to try and moisturize it. It just feels like rhino skin. It's not even like this, at least, is nice and smooth and just a joy to touch. But this one it makes me feel like nails on a chalkboard kind of thing. But I do love the color, so I guess I'll put up with it for now. And then we have my Bujo, and my Bujo is in the Luis Carmen road book, I think. And this is this is a notebook cord. I've had this notebook forever, and it was a Penco. I love the paper, I love the feel of the paper, and so I just was hoarding it, as we do. But I was going through my journals and I found it, and I was like, I should just use that for my Bujo, so I did. So pretty much everything is filled out in here. This is about a month's worth of writing because I'm insane. No, I'm just kidding. I just really love to write. I just love it. So I have this much left, which is really just like about, I don't know, 10, 15 pages. And so here's my, I'll switch to a pretty picture, pretty, not picture, spread. This is an art spread. Pluses about this paper is I love the color. It's not full cream and it's not quite white. It is like the perfect off-white leaning into cream. I don't know how else to explain that. The second thing about this paper that I initially was drawn to was the smoothness of the paper. It's a very smooth paper. The negatives, or actually the other positive, is I used a broad fountain pen. Let's see if I can show you without being weird. I used a broad fountain pen on the other side of this, and you don't see not even a ghost. So that's the plus side too, is the weight of the paper. The only downside, which kills me because I was ready to buy another one of these, is it is deceptive in that it feels smooth, but when you write with your fountain pen, it does skip, even with my broad nib. And I think there's some kind of weird coating. This is alleged, don't quote me on this, but I feel like there is some kind of coating on this to give it the smoothness. And so that would be my only gripe with it, is I wish whatever they did to finish the paper, you can almost feel it. You can almost feel something on there. It doesn't play nice with fountain pens, which, in all honesty, is the whole point of a notebook for me. Like, if I can't write with a fountain pen, I don't need you. I'll go to Dollar Tree and buy one of their notebooks and, write with a regular pen. This cover is growing on me. She's beautiful. She has patinaed absolutely beautifully. Look at her. And if you know, I've had a very complicated relationship with this notebook. So yeah, so that is my Louise Carmen road book. And then the last notebook, which isn't really a notebook, it's more like a planner notebook team. And this is a Moterm mini happy planner cover with a mini happy planner / cloth and paper Frankenstein situation with a Mead notebook. And this is my curriculum planner. And I knew I always wanted to build a curriculum, but it just seemed really intimidating. And then I saw someone was doing like mermaids for June. I was like, that would be like totally great, because like I love mermaids, I love pirates, I love the sea, I love the beach, I live near the coast. Like, I just feel like I was vibing with it, I was vibing. So I said, okay, I'm gonna create a mermaid pirate lore curriculum. And so that's what this is. And so the discs are cloth and paper. The note stash is cloth and paper. This is mine. I created it, then laminated it, and it's for free on my Google Drive, which I'll link. Cloth and paper, mini happy planner. And I'm using old mini happy planners. So the dates are not going to match, but I don't need them to match because I'm just doing in my head day 1 through however many days I plan to spread the curriculum out through. For this one, because I got started late in the month, it's only for 20 days. So yeah, we went all in. So this is like the vertical orientation of the happy planner. and don't give me spaces because they will be filled. And so I'm like, awesome, I could do like 3 different categories a day, and that's gonna be great. Well, no, because one, I should know by now, I'm not a daily like clockwork kind of person. I'm very spontaneous and mood driven, and I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for the vibes. And so daily, like strict learning like this is not the vibe. So what I did was I kind of went through the day one is the only day I did all 3 sections. But then as we went along, I looked for what I wanted, and then I highlighted. And so that's where you're going to see all these different color highlights. This is highlighted like this because this is definitely something I want to return to, but it's not something I'm going to try and get done in the short amount of time that I allotted myself to do this curriculum. So first lesson is do less. Do less. So that you're not overwhelmed. Again, this is all stuff I want to return to, and I have it saved. I'm not going to just write it off. I still have one more day in June, so I might do the Little Mermaid one for June. But yeah. And this is the last week, which was like an overlap. I did watch already Stranger Tides. I did journal somewhat about the roles that are played in pirate stories, especially with mermaids, especially if you watch Pirates of the Caribbean. What's the one? I don't know their names, but it's the second to last one with the mermaids and the chaplain that she like takes with her underwater. So yeah, I digress. So this is curriculum, blah blah blah, and I'm planning to do after this a philosophy curriculum, and then I'm going to do a Gothic literature, more like literature, like classic literature with a Gothic lean as we get into like late September, October, and then going back into classic. So I have it planned in my head. I just need to like get it down on paper. And then this is just a regular 5-star. The paper in this is like the best paper ever. If I could find this, I could find like planner inserts and notebooks with just this paper. Like that's all I'd get. I need this in like a tinier size. If anyone knows, hopefully spiral as well. But anyway, the paper is great with any kind of pen. This is purple fountain, and you can see nothing went through on either side. So yeah, that's it for my curriculum. And I'm just going to keep this notebook in here to take notes as I move along into my other areas of study. My only downside on this is the size of this cover is huge, but I get it because it has to account for the discs. So I get it. But this is something I will continue to use through the rest of the year. And depending on how it goes, I may or may not decide to invest in a different color cover. But right now I love this buttery, like beautiful, rich color. I want to see this as apricot, like the vegetable tan, vegetable dyed. I don't remember. But yeah, I love it. It's great. Okay. Now we can move on to planners. So planner-wise, we're still doing the same thing in here, y'all. I have my Planner Perfect cover, and I got my little Saffiano pocket. And the only new thing on here is like this keychain, which is like, oh my god, it's so good. I love it. And this was included in like a journaling box it's called Bookish by Someone, which I'll link. I found her on Instagram. I have no negatives about this planner whatsoever, except for one thing. And every time I see it, it makes me mad because it's so perfect. Like, I get it, but also why? And it's this, the profile on this stupid thing. And I don't think the planner's stupid. I love the planner, but look how much that sticks out. I feel like they needed to push okay, so this is fine, but they should have pushed this a little bit further out to keep it from like that, to keep it from whatever. If I knew how to get another one in here, I totally would, but this is probably put first, then it was covered and sewn together, so it's fine. So here we have what this always looks like. I will confess I neglected this a little bit this week because I went back to an office setting last week, not this week. I neglected it last week because I was back in office, and when I go back in office, it's like my brain is turned upside down, and I don't know left from right, right from wrong, day from night. And so this stays upstairs because I don't really carry this around. It's really high quality, heavy leather, and so it's definitely got some weight to it. So it stays here, and I like it that way because this is like my morning companion. I sit at my desk here and I like go through it and I do what I gotta do. So all the same stuff. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because I've done flip throughs of this multiple times. I forgot to track my rest of my spending, but pretty much the rest of this month I've been good. And so, oops, I will say that, let's see, yeah, today's the 29th. We don't need the 30th, 31st rather. So I would say that it's a little bit more than half where I haven't spent. And what I have spent has been budgeted for, so I am happy. But really, I blew out my budget, my stationery budget for those inks, but it was totally worth it. No regrets. So yeah, everything's the same. All the sections are the same. I really, really love these inserts. They're just like randoms that I found on Amazon. But here you go. I went in the 627th, and you know what? I actually did all these priorities, but I just didn't come back in here to do anything else. And then this pen loop sometimes is like touch and go with the fountain pen, but it does fit. So, anywho, I don't know what else to say about this except that I love it, and this will continue. My only other thing regarding this is that I think I might change the cover because of this, because I don't want this to get caught and like do damage to this beautiful girl. Look at that profile. Are you kidding? So good. I will show you though, one thing I discovered is that this, I can only talk about the green paper because that's all I tested it on, but this green Filofax paper doesn't play nice with some of my ink. As you can see there, it's like, I don't know what you call that, beading? It looks wet, but it's not. And then it kind of faded my writer's blood a little bit, and I don't know if that's just like the color affecting the ink, but can't win them all, right? Not all paper's gonna be great, so that's that. My stickers, my flyleaf, and my Hirono hasn't moved, mostly because I have not touched this. And then I have my Oracle card that I really need to get moving on this project. This is a passion project for me. I created oracle cards from my photos, and I just need to like cut out the photo and stick it to the backing. And then I have my pen board, which, as you know, this is just like an editorial from a magazine. I just really love like the red, the blacks, the blues, the oranges, just so pretty. And the back I created into a wet erase, and I don't really use this that much, honestly. So I use it more for writing, but not really the dry erase. So we'll see what happens. And that's that. And yeah, that is it for my personal rings. I love this cover. I love everything about it. But I am hitching into, oh my God, what am I saying? I am itching to get into a cover that is a little bit cooler in color scheme. I miss my lavender mode term. I kind of want to do something blue. I just need to go through my collection and see what's available, because buying something new is not an option. Then I have my little pocket, which has become just like my best friend. It's my best friend. Like, it goes with me everywhere. It's in my purse all the time. I took it to the grocery store this morning. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I feel like you guys have seen this a lot. I love this picture so much. I will probably continue to like move her over into others. I did do some tabbing up at the top just so that I could see like current month and today, and then I have like privado, which is private in Spanish. But I have been incorporating some junk in here, and I was a junk journaler. I still am a junk journaler, but most of my content was really centered around junk journaling, and so I am not throwing away cute packaging. That's one thing. So I made this into a bookmark, and I think it fits perfectly with this month and my whole mermaid pirate lore curriculum. And it's just, I was vibing with it. So this is today. I have these little day logs that I created from Dollar Tree notebook paper. But then I'm going to move into these, well, I kind of already did. I'm going to move into these love leaf. They're really smooth. I love it. Then I had my grocery list in a Dollar Tree notebook, one of those like chunky spiral ones. And I was rushing this morning, and I'm like literally just like pinched it and like, you know, what is it? Like Renegade made the holes in here with the actual rings. And then my supermarket. So check your supermarket, guys, because my supermarket, which is, I just hit my mic. I'm sorry. I get so excited about like ephemera that's free. My supermarket, which is a Publix, had these shopping lists, and it's like by category. And it's really good quality, if you can hear that. All I did was cut like the excess and then fold it to keep it in here for next time. I already wrote mayonnaise because we forgot that. But yeah, check like where they have the circulars. That's where I found these, and I took a bunch. Well, I took some. I try to be good. So we have a media section. Then I have like a note replacement, and then this is like just a cover, like if I flip by mistake. But I also put this cute little tab, which initially was on this, but because it's like an old school tab, it's like one of these gummed index, you have to actually like lick it or wet it to make it stick. It wouldn't stick to this like smooth plastic, so I stuck it to like this note. And it's just a cute, I mean, guys, look at how cute that is. And I found these at the thrift for $1. And then what I did was I took the sticker from it. Where is it? I think it's on this one. Yeah. And I added it there. How cute. So that's one of my thrift store finds. I only bought 2 things. I bought this, and then I bought this, which is a date stamp. It was brand new, $2. Okay. So, anywho, I'm like going way over, but I wasn't trying to show you my stuff. And then here's another like junk from some packaging. And I made this into privado, which is just random thoughts. More paper. I have some scratch paper, and I have some like, I do pen tests back here. And then I have a clear pockets and another clear pocket. And here I have my license, just for easier access, because in the front it kept like moving around. And then I don't know if I talked about these little campus notebooks. So I found these on Amazon, but like, look how look how thin this is. Luckily it was 2 for like, I think it was $5, but still, I mean, I should read more carefully. But it does have the Kikuyo paper, which is nice and smooth. If you know, I love Kikuyo paper. It's my favorite paper. But then I proceeded to look for the inserts. Can't find them anywhere. I don't know if it's only like in Japan where they sell them, but I went onto their website and I couldn't find them there either. So I think what I'll do is just get regular notebook paper, and I have a square hole punch, and I'll just punch holes into that, because this opens and you can add stuff. So that's that for my pocket. And I don't know if I said this was used. You can kind of tell because it has the like the crease. But other than that, I didn't see any real like wear and tear anywhere. Maybe here a little bit. But other than that, yeah, she's cute. I love her. I may change though to another pocket cover. That's the only thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm glad I finally got it filmed. If you have any questions, ask me. And yeah, I think that's it. Talk to you later. Bye.